And now for our next news special report.
Tonight we're diving deep into a chilling revelation that will undoubtedly unsettle every patriotic American watching. Imagine a world where your very beliefs are put under the piercing watch of the FBI. Disturbingly, it seems we're living in that reality. The FBI covertly and systematically is categorizing Donald Trump's vast army of MAGA followers as extremists. With 2024 looming large, what are the implications? What is the hidden motive? And how far will this go? Your freedom, our republic's principles, may be on the line. You can't afford to miss a single detail of tonight's special report, and our concluding thoughts will be a hard-hitting expose, so brace yourselves. Our republic's freedoms are founded on the right to express political beliefs. Yet recent developments suggest the FBI could be encroaching on these constitutional freedoms. Newsweek, in a recent article by well-known anti-war journalist William Arkin, detailed that a vast number of FBI investigations into anti-government activities target Trump supporters. As a current FBI official conveyed, the agency is seemingly stuck between preventing another January 6th type event while upholding Americans' rights to protest the government. But here's the catch. Many see this as a time when the FBI must act cautiously. Accusations are rife that the Biden administration might be weaponizing the Bureau against the right wing. To paint a clearer picture, Newsweek consulted numerous government officials specializing in terrorism. Their 3-month investigation delved deep into understanding the domestic security landscape under President Joe Biden's administration. Their findings? Many of these officials believe that the current political climate is not only volatile, but threatening. And they question whether terrorism is the right term to depict these perceived threats. This isn't the first time concerns over the FBI motives have been raised. An FBI whistleblower earlier this year voiced that the agency was pressurizing him to exaggerate domestic terrorism numbers against conservatives. And just remember, the pro-lifers' specific threat tag, Threat SCOTUS 2022. After the Supreme Court's abortion opinion leak. Curiously, no similar tag emerged for the leftist threatening SCOTUS judges. However, the FBI maintains its stance. Their claim is clear. Their focus is on potential violations, violence, and threats of violence, irrespective of one's political beliefs or affiliations. Now, for anyone who might think that past events were less politically charged, remember the Portland anti-Trump protest in 2016? Here's a glimpse of that polarizing event. Looks pretty peaceful to me, right? Unreal. Oh, do you remember that infamous image of a limousine ablaze in Washington, D.C. after Trump was elected? Who could forget that, right? Let's also not overlook the nationwide anti-Trump protests that erupted after his election. The Today Show even spotlighted this. Remember? Watch.
Thousands of protesters spilled into the streets in cities big and small in more than 10 different cities. This as our new president has been elected. Many are promising new demonstrations are just beginning.
Overnight, the outrage over an election, sparking protests from coast to coast and cities in between. In Oakland, what started as a peaceful protest quickly turning violent, demonstrators burning flags and vandalizing cars. In San Diego, police struggling to keep control of scores of demonstrators.
So we got all together just to set up a sign to let people know and to wake up and tell them, how we feel about this. I am pretty horrified about that.
In New York, thousands of protesters chanting and banging drums as they marched past Rockefeller Center up 6th Avenue. Blocking off streets above Trump Tower.
I was in tears of how it was so close, and it's so hard to fathom that she was right there, and then all of a sudden, in 2 minutes, it was gone. He won.
In Chicago, they burned Donald Trump paraphernalia. In Houston, angry demonstrators taking turns beating a papier-mâché likeness of Trump with a bat, then torching it. In Boston, residents say they're frustrated, but determined to work for causes they believe in.
You can come out here today and support, and you can be the cause and be the fight, and don't take this as a defeat, just take this as motivation to work harder.
And back in Los Angeles overnight, hundreds of people shut down a major highway through downtown LA, many struggling to come to grips with the reality of a new president-elect.
From New York City to Oakland, there were arrests made overnight. In addition to those reports of vandalism, police say Molotov cocktails were also thrown at them. But for the most part, in most cities, the protests were peaceful. Matt and Savannah, back to you.
All right, Miguel, thank you very much.
Mostly peaceful. Yeah, right. Where's the FBI on those guys? And of course, who can forget Madonna's notorious proclamation about blowing up the White House? Was any action taken against such incendiary remarks? For those who need a reminder of her words, take a look.
I am outraged. Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House. But I know that this won't change anything.
While we ponder on this, let me bring your attention to a seemingly unrelated topic, but one that serves as a potent analogy for the FBI's intensified gaze on Trump supporters. A recent study revealed that regularly stepping on a scale can help in weight loss by keeping goals at the forefront, but for many seeking a boost in their weight loss journey, they turn to natural supplements. If this piques your interest, I found a promising solution with a whopping 51% discount this month with trimwithgary.com. Now back to the main topic. Trump, or MAGA, isn't explicitly mentioned in the FBI's new threat subcategory, and that category is AGAAVE-Other. AGAAVE-Other. Still, insiders affirm it's applicably to political violence linked to Trump supporters. This revelation brings forth a pressing question. Is this just a veiled attempt to monitor Trump supporters? Despite reports of political violence from both sides of the aisle, FBI data alarmingly suggests its main focus is on Trump's army. The FBI's recent steps to continue the narrative advanced by President Joe Biden and his administration, and with the 2024 presidential elections on the horizon, could this be the Biden regime's strategy to neutralize their top political rival? America, tonight we've seen a disheartening attempt to silence and demonize a significant portion of our republic. The very foundations of our nation, built on freedom of belief and expression, are under threat. It's crystal clear. The Biden administration, hand in hand with the FBI, seems determined to paint Trump's supporters as extremists. It's more than alarming. It's an affront to our republic's values. We must question why an administration would so blatantly target its citizens. Are we witnessing an unprecedented overreach of power, or is this a strategy to control the narrative leading up to the 2024 elections? It's not just about Trump supporters. It's about every American's right to their beliefs without fear. We must stand together, united, against such divisive tactics. Good night, America, and remember, our republic's strength lies in its unity and not division. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.